Hello, love bugs, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Sarah, and I help teach people how to unlock inner happiness through fitness and spirituality. Today, we're going to dip our toes into manifestation and law of attraction. So first I'll cover kind of the basics of what exactly that is, and then I want to give you an example of, you obviously saw the title of this video, and I want to show you guys how I manifested my dream job and how you can too. And yes, I know the background's a little different today. I'm in a new space. I just moved to a new area, and I will definitely be giving another tour, but that's not for today. So what exactly is law of attraction, manifestation? What are all these little terms? What are all those jazz words? So simply put, law of attraction and manifestation is essentially aligning yourself with what you want in life and essentially putting your own vibration, your aura, your vibrational field out there so that you manifest and attract what you want in life to come basically to you. It sounds pretty crazy, and I'll tell you what, I never believed in it. I thought it was all crap. I thought it was so woo-woo, and I manifested this dream job without even realizing it. But when I look back, it is exactly, if I were to tell you guys what to do step by step, that it's what I did. So basically, you can manifest anything you want. That's the thing about the universe and this life and the world, is that it is so, what's the word? What am I gonna say? Limitless. Yes, it is. It all starts with your mindset. Manifestation, law of attraction, it's 100% your mindset. Not only your conscious self, but your subconscious mindset as well. So what do I mean by that? Well, the most basic way to put it, that I can explain it to you, is truly believing that you can attain whatever it is that you want to manifest. I'm very new to manifestation. This whole channel is to kind of bring you guys along with my journey so that I can share with you guys how I'm doing and how I'm growing in this spiritual world, how I'm raising my vibrations, how I'm learning about law of attraction and the universe and crystals and pendulums and all the fun stuff, so that we can align ourselves with what we want. Here's the thing. You need to, one, believe that you deserve what you want. Do you truly think that you deserve this job or this money or this relationship with, the guy you're fiending after and you really want, and you think, oh, there's no good men out there, there's no good women out there? No. If you're thinking that, if your mindset is in that space, that's what you're gonna attract in, not the person that you're wanting. If you believe that money is so difficult to come by and that you're never going to be one of those people that's going to be wealthy and be able to do whatever they want, guess what? You're right. So basically, whatever you truly wholeheartedly believe that you can get out of life is what you're going to get. Plain and simple. That's it. And it's not as simple as just saying, oh yeah, I believe I can attain $1 million, and then it's just gonna come into your life. No. You have to wholeheartedly feel and know. It's a knowing. You know that you're gonna get this in your life. You don't know when, you don't know how, but you just know. You know that you're gonna end up with the right person. You know you're gonna end up being healthy. And then what you have to do is take aligned action. I love that term, aligned action, because I feel like, and myself included, when I first started this spiritual journey, when I thought of law of attraction or manifestation, I thought it was, I'd sit down and just think, yeah, I want this job, and then it's gonna come to me. And that's why I didn't believe in it, because that's crap, and that's not how it works. It's truly believing that and truly knowing that you can attain what you want, and that you know it's coming. You know you're gonna achieve it, but you don't have to know the how. You just don't. That's just how the universe works. So let's talk about how I manifested my dream job, which I'm currently working at. So it's no secret for people that know me on a personal level that I've never wanted to work for another person. I've always wanted to do my own thing, own my time, own my freedom. That being said, if I were to have a job, this is it. The company, the people, what I do, I love it. I love it so much for working for someone else, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna share a little story with you. So I went to an event in May of 2018. If any of you guys know who Tony Robbins is, he's a motivational speaker, kind of like a life coach. And if you don't know of him, I highly suggest going to check him out after this video. He is my absolute favorite motivational speaker. And basically he was coming into town. So I was like, hell yeah, I gotta go to that event. So it was called the National Achievers Conference. And I actually surprised my mom with it for Mother's Day, and we went together. So this was 2.5 years ago. And the first half of the day, there were 9 speakers. It was all financial. The second half of the day, it was about a 12-hour day, was all motivational. So I went for the motivational part, for the Tony Robbins part, because he was headlining it. So he wasn't even gonna be in that first half. So there's a few speakers going on, really great ones. Oh my God, it was such a cool event. I would go again in a heartbeat and would recommend that if, obviously right now with, the virus, things are a little funky. If you have Tony Robbins coming to your town, invest in yourself and go. It changed my life. So the first half of the day, I'm sitting there, a few speakers went, and then these 2 speakers came up, and they were from one of the HGTV shows, and they started talking about real estate investing. Prior, I never had any interest in real estate. It never spoke to me. It wasn't something that was even on my radar at all. They made their presentation about real estate investing, wholesaling, flipping, rentals, Airbnbs, all that jazz, all that good stuff. And I sat there and I was like, I'm gonna do that. I wanna do that. And I was just like, that's it. Okay, I'm gonna be a real estate investor. It just resonated with me. It felt so right. It was so exciting. And I could finally see what the big deal about real estate actually was. So at the end, they offered to let you sign up for basically I think it was a 3-day weekend where you could go, and it is essentially real estate for beginners and real estate investing for beginners. And funnily enough, my good friend from high school was also in the crowd, and we ran into each other on the train on the way up to the event, not knowing each other were going. And he was, ironically enough, talking about real estate on the train on our way to this convention. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I know I'm sold on this. He's gotta be. So I call him and I'm like, hey, let's do this weekend. Let's sign up for this weekend. Because it was like buy one ticket, get one for free or something like that. So we were like, let's just go in, split the cost. Let's go check this out and see what it's all about. So he was like, hell yeah, Sarah, let's go. So we went and we signed up for this weekend. We went to the weekend. It was kind of bullshit, to be completely honest with you. A lot of these seminars are. There's also a lot of really good ones out there. So if you start going to these things, you're gonna run into some good ones, run into some bad ones, in whatever field you're in, I'm sure. So that being said, we still learned some things. I still took probably 10 pages of notes throughout the 3 days. And we started our own business. We started our own LLC. Now, fast forward, it didn't really work out. He's still a really good friend of mine, but it just wasn't working for us. You know, we were working full-time jobs. He was in finance. I was selling cars full-time, and it just wasn't working. So basically, I was still trying to do all this work on the side. That's the aligned action part. I was still going to seminars. I was going to real estate investing meetings. I was doing research on YouTube, reading all these articles on Bigger Pockets, which is a big real estate investing website. And basically all the time that I wasn't working and selling cars, I was doing something real estate related. I was packing my brain full of information. So then one day I'm at the gym, which is where I just got back from. And I was on a machine, and behind me were some racquetball courts. And some guys were playing racquetball, whatever, it's totally normal. And this one older guy comes over to me that was playing racquetball. And he's like, he was older, you know, he could be my grandfather. And he's like, hey, you know, who are you? What are you all about? Like, we all want to know. And, you know, in my head, I'm rolling my eyes like, here we go. But we ended up having a really great conversation. At this point, I was not looking for any kind of job. I was happy selling cars. I was happy trying to get my feet off the ground with, you know, me and my friend's LLC and company. But we did get into talking about real estate a little bit, and I was kind of sharing with him what I was trying to do. And he's like, oh my gosh, I have to introduce you to this other guy who he also plays racquetball with. And so he introduced me to him. He's trying to get into what I was doing. He was like a long-term investor, totally knew what he was doing. We're still friends to this day. And he's like, hey, why don't you come by my office? We'll see, you know, how we can meet and like see how we can help each other. So fast forward a few weeks, we sat down, we talked for a little while. He showed me around the office. We were kind of explaining what both of us, what he was doing and had established already and what I was looking to do. Now, he wasn't necessarily looking for someone that was doing what I wanted to do. However, while we were sitting there talking at this big gray table, he gets a phone call. He's talking to this guy, has him on speaker. He introduces me to him, and you know, we're all, you know, they're kind of talking. I'm kind of just sitting there, like, you know, listening or whatever. And the guy I met with was telling the guy on the phone who I was, that I sold cars, that I was looking to get into real estate, what I was trying to do. And the guy on the phone was like, wow, that's ironic because I'm actually looking for an acquisition agent. I was like, what the hell is that? But basically, an acquisition agent is someone who goes out and essentially buys houses for cash, more so for a larger company, and brings it into the company, negotiates with the seller what renovations would be needed to flip the house and sell it for a profit. And he asked me to come in for an interview. And I was like, sure, why not? Again, at this point, I wasn't looking for a job. I had my own LLC that I was trying to get off the ground. But I'm a huge opportunist. I believe in taking pretty much every opportunity that comes your way, or at least being open-minded to it. So at this point, I'm sitting there like, I'm gonna go meet with this guy, see what he has to say, and kind of just go from there. I mean, I wasn't really expecting anything out of it. I wasn't, like I said, really looking for a job, but this was a guy, both of these guys were really big players in the local real estate investing market where I live. And I was like, well, maybe I can, you know, who knows? Maybe I can get some information out of him. You know, I don't know where this will go. So I go out there. Probably about a month later, I sit down with one gentleman who was not the guy on the phone, and we're kind of talking, and essentially he would be bringing me in for exactly what he was doing as well. So we talked. He said, I think you're going to be a great fit. I think, you know, you would really fit in well at this company with this job. So, you know, they sent me home, and then I got a call a few days later, and they wanted me to come back for a second interview. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, this could really be the next stepping stone in my life. This could really start to get me where I wanted to be. By this point, the co-owner of my LLC and I kind of decided that, you know, maybe we're not going to do this. We're not really sure. So things were just falling into place so magically. That's the law of attraction. And I came in for a second interview. I met with the first guy again, and then the owner's right-hand man. We sat down and they hired me on the spot. And that was a little over a year and a half ago. And since then, I have been working for this company. Like I said, I absolutely love what I do. I have learned so much. I more than tripled my income from when I was selling cars in under 2 years. I've learned so much. I've met so many incredible people. I've helped so many people. You know, it's not some perfect job. There's a lot of bullshit that goes along with it. It's a lot of emotions flying around. I just had a client made me cry because he was mean like this week. So, you know, it's not some like la-di-da butterfly job, but it's everything that I could ever want in a job, everything I could ever want in a company, in a boss, in a manager, in my coworkers, in the atmosphere and the culture of the company, in the nature of what I do. And not only that, but it has opened so many doors where now I'm currently in the market looking for my first real estate investment for a multi-unit property. And it's so funny because for so long before I started this spiritual journey, I thought, you know, when I would tell this story, I'm like, oh, and this happened to happen, and then this happened to happen, and this coincidence happened. No, it wasn't a coincidence. It was me knowing and believing that I could make this kind of money, that I could be in real estate, that I could be an investor. It was me working my ass off and taking that aligned action. That it's so funny because, you know, I said earlier, you don't know the how. You don't know how it's gonna happen. I thought how it was gonna happen was me starting this LLC and doing it that way. But the universe kind of maneuvered me and guided me to this job and this company. And it wasn't a coincidence. It was, I manifested it. I believed that I could do it. I knew I could do it. I took aligned action. And the rest, the universe took care of for me. So if you're in a rough spot, if you're really wanting something, no matter how big or how small, whether it's a cup of coffee, a meal from McDonald's, or $1 million, you can do it. You just have to truly sit down with yourself, do the inner work, believe that you can do it, know that you can do it. And then you ever hear the saying of fake it till you make it? I feel like that's kind of how manifestation is. You know, a lot of people think that, oh, you wait for an outside circumstance to change your inner circumstance. But in reality, for manifestation and law of attraction to work, you have to work from the inside out. You have to believe you can do it. You have to know you're gonna do it. You have to believe that it's already coming to you, and it doesn't matter how it's coming to you, but that it's going to. And then you need to put yourself in the position to be open-minded, to let the universe guide you, to not be so stuck on the how. I'm gonna do it this way and no other way. Screw that. Let the universe take its course. Do your part by believing yourself, journaling, scripting, meditating on it. And I wasn't doing that. I mean, that's the thing. I didn't know I was manifesting when I was manifesting. But those are the steps that you need to take to achieve whatever it is that you want in life, no matter what it is. Oh my God, I've heard of people manifesting healthier hair, or manifesting dimples, or manifesting a car. Like literally, you can manifest anything. I am still such a baby in this journey. I'm still so new to law of attraction and manifestation. But like I said earlier in the video, I want to take you guys through the journey with me so that we can learn together. And I want to learn from you guys too. So if you have any tips, if you've ever manifested anything or have any tips on law of attraction, please drop it in the comments below. Let's all do this together. But seriously though, I really hope you found this video inspirational and motivational, and I could give you a real example of how I manifested my dream job without even knowing it. So now think about what you can actually do when you do know how to do it and you really do believe in yourself. Don't hold yourself back, because if you're gonna live if you want to live, whatever you think is right. Whether you think you can do it or you can't, you're right. So just have awareness of how incredibly powerful your mind truly is. Love yourself, take care of yourself, be your biggest fan, be your biggest cheerleader. No one else can do it for you. No one else cares about it as much as you do. If your friend came up to you and said, oh, I want to manifest $1 million, are you gonna sit there and try to manifest it for them? No. Of course, you'd be happy for them and be super pumped and hope they can achieve what they want and love them and support them through it. But you're not gonna sit there and try to manifest this for them. Only they can. Just like only you can for yourself. I love you guys so much. I hope you found this video super exciting. I hope it motivated you and inspired you. And if it did, please, all I ask is to like this. And if you're new here, to subscribe. If you want and you think this video would help someone that you know, share the video. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. And don't forget, be limitlessly yourself.